Hello friends, good morning, Vande Mataram, Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Swaminarayan. My name is Milan Dolaria. In this video, I will explain you Standard 10, Chapter number 4, Exercise 4.3, Question number 8 and Question number 9. Okay, so just be ready, open your mind, let's start it. First of all, read this question. A train travels 360 km at a uniform speed. If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less than for the same journey. Find the speed of the train. Okay? Obviously, if we increase the speed, then we require less time, right? So same thing is given here. If we increase the speed 5 km per hour more, then 1 hour less for the same journey. Now same journey means same distance. Okay, here in both the case we have same distance. For the same distance, if we increase the speed, time required 1 hour less than the original time. Okay. What we need to find is find the speed of the train, right? So we need to assume our one variable. So what we need to assume? Speed of the train, right? So write down here, assume the original speed, otherwise usual speed of the train. Original speed of the train is equal to x kilometer per hour. Okay, the original speed of the train is equal to x kilometer per hour that we assume here. Okay, now what is the condition here? Train travels 360 kilometer. Okay, so distance d is equal to 360 kilometer. It is fixed in both the case. Okay, 360 kilometer distance is same in both the case. Okay, now what is the condition? If the speed had been 5 km per hour more, it would have taken 1 hour less. Exactly we don't know how many time it will take. Okay, exact timing we don't know, but we know only one thing, that is the difference in time. Okay, difference in time is equal to 1 hour, difference is given 1 hour, right? So exact timing we don't know, but we know the difference of timing, right? So that we can use here. So we can write like this. First of all, before starting this, we need to know about the formula of time. Okay, we know the one formula, speed is equal to distance d divided by time t. Okay, speed is equal to distance divided by time. So what is the formula for time? If we transfer this t to the left hand side, it goes to the numerator. And if we transfer this speed to the right hand side, it goes to the denominator. Okay, so time t is equal to, here our distance d remains as it is. Okay, these two things is interchanged. If we transfer this speed to the left hand side, it goes to the numerator. If we transfer this speed to the right hand side, it goes to the denominator. Okay, so this is the formula for time. Okay, distance d divided by speed. Okay, now we need to use this formula for the timing. Okay, now what is the exact condition? Okay, original time, that means time required with the original speed is more Okay, after that we increase the speed, so time is 1 hour less. Okay, so when we require more time with the original speed, okay, so original time minus new time is equals to 1 hour, right? Because the difference in the time is equals to 1 hour, okay, 1 hour less. So if we subtract the two time, then we get answer 1. Okay, so for that what we need to do, time required with original speed minus time required with new speed is equals to 1, because it is given in the equation, right? Difference between two timing is 1 hour. So first of all, I am directly writing the formula for the time with the original speed. Okay, otherwise we can write this statement even. Time required with original speed. This is for the explanation I am writing here, minus time required with new speed is equals to 1. Okay, difference in the timing is equals to 1 hour less than the original time, that's why. So time required with the original speed minus time required with the new speed is equals to 1. In difference what we need to do, big number minus small number. Okay, so in this case we require more time, because here we increase the speed, so time is less. So big number minus small number, that means difference in these two timing is equals to 1. Okay, now we need to use the formula of time. Here time required with original speed. What is the formula of time? Distance upon speed. Okay, distance is fixed in both this case. It is 360 km, which is given in the equation. So 360 divided by now speed, but which original speed? Okay, time required with original speed. Distance d 360 divided by original speed. Original speed we assume initially x. Okay, x kilometer per hour. Now subtraction. So minus time required with new speed. Again distance d. This is a formula of time. D by speed. Distance by speed. Distance. Again our distance is same for both the case. Okay, it is 360 km. So here 360 divided by speed, but which new speed? Now for the new speed, what is given in the equation? We need to increase the speed 5 km per hour. Okay, this is x kilometer per hour. We need to increase it 5 km per hour. That means we need to add x plus 5. Okay, we need to increase the speed by 5 km per hour. So x plus 5. Okay, this is our new speed. Is equals to difference, it is 1 hour. Okay, so time required with original speed minus time required with new speed is equals to 1 hour. Okay, now we need to solve this equation. Okay, for that what we need to do, what you are thinking? LCM? Yes, we need to take LCM here. Okay, so how we can take the LCM? In denominator we have two things, x and x plus 5. You can also give the bracket. Okay, now two terms we have in the denominator, so you can cross multiply it. That means this x plus 5 we need to multiply here. Okay, so 360 is already there, multiply with x plus 5. Okay, minus, now this x we need to transfer here. So 360 multiply x. Before that minus sign is there, so 360 multiply x, it is minus 360x. Okay, now we are taking LCM in both the sides. Okay, directly, so we do not need to write the denominator. Okay, we are taking LCM on both the side of equality side, so we do not need to write the denominator. Okay, now for the right hand side we have 1, but in denominator we have nothing, right? So both these things we need to transfer here. Okay, so 1 multiply this x multiply x plus 5, and for the multiplication we use here bracket. Okay, here in denominator of 1 nothing is there, so both this thing we need to transfer them. Okay, so x multiply x plus 5 multiply with 1. Okay, here in first term we have denominator x, so we need to transfer this term here. In second term we have this denominator x plus 5, so we need to transfer this denominator here. And here nothing we have, so both this term we need to transfer them. Okay. Okay, now we can solve this. Multiply 360 with x, it is 360x. Right? 360 multiply x is 360x. Then 360 multiplied by 5. Okay? So 0. 6 5s are 30. Again 0. 5 3s are 15 plus 3 18. Okay? Here we have minus 360x. Okay? Is equals to here 1x. That means x only. X multiply with this x square. Okay, x multiply with x square plus x multiply with 5, it is 5x. Okay, 360 multiply x 360x, 360 multiply 5 1800 minus 360x as it is, x multiply x square, x multiply with 5x. Okay, now here we have plus 360x, here we have minus 360x. Okay, plus 360x minus 360x, we can cut this. Okay, now what is remaining? 1800 is equal to x square plus 5x. Okay, but for the standard form, all the term we want in same side. Okay, we need to transfer all the term in same side. So transfer this 1800 to the right hand side, because here we have x square plus 5x and we want our term x square as a positive. Okay, we want this term positive. Right now it is already positive in the right hand side, so we do not need to transfer it. Okay, so transfer this 1800 to the right hand side. So here in left hand side nothing is remaining, so 0. Okay, here we have x square plus 5x. If we transfer this plus 1800 to the right hand side, it becomes minus 1800. Right? If we transfer this plus 1800 to the right hand side, it becomes minus 1800. Okay? So this is our standard form. Okay? Now we can solve this equation by any method, right? But right now I am going with quadratic formula. Okay, for that what we need to do? We need to do comparison with standard form ax square plus bx plus c, right? So write down, compare this equation with ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0. Okay, so your a, it is coefficient of x square. Okay, here nothing we have, that means 1. So a is equals to 1. Okay, then coefficient of x, it is b, right? So b, it is coefficient of x. So here we have plus 5. Okay, so b is equals to 5. And constant term c, that we have here minus 1800. Okay, a is equals to 1, b is equals to 5, c is equals to minus 1800. Okay, now what we need to find? Discriminant d, right? So discriminant d is equals to b square minus 4ac. Okay, b square minus 4ac. Now put the value of b, it is 5. So 5 square. Okay, minus 4 multiply a multiply c. So 4 multiply a that is 1, and c it is minus 1800. For the multiplication, I put here brackets. Okay. Now here 5 square, 25 minus minus plus. Okay, multiplication is present here. That's why minus minus plus. Now 4 ones are 4. 4 multiplied 1800. So 18 fours are 72. 2 zeros are there. So 7200. Okay. Now addition 7200 plus 25. It is 7225. Okay. Now we need to take the square root, right? So under root d. We need to take square root. So under root d. So square root of 7225. Square root of 7225. We have the prime factorization method for the square root. We have long division method for the square root. Okay. But here we can directly find the square root of 7225. How? We learn one method for the squares, right? That means if we have 65 all square, then what we are doing here? Directly 5 square 25, and this 6 multiply with the next number, 7 6 are 42, right? We are doing the square like this. If we have unit digit 5, if we have here 35 all square, then what we are doing here? 5 square 25 and 3 multiply with the next number 4. 4 3s are 12. So now same method we need to use for the square root. Here we have 25, right? So here we have 25. That means our unit digit of square root is 5. Okay, so one digit that we know, our unit digit 5. Okay, I am taking square root of 7225. Now for 72, what we need to do? Now we need to factorize this 72. Okay, but we want a consecutive factor. We want consecutive factor. That means here we have 12. So we want consecutive factor. 4 3s are 3 and 4 both are consecutive number. Same thing here. 7 6 are 42. These two are the consecutive number. Why? Because here we are using multiplication of two consecutive number in square. So in square root we need to use the reverse method. Okay, here we are doing the multiplication of two consecutive numbers. So we want our two consecutive numbers. So for 72 it is 8 9s are 72. Right? 8 multiplied 9 72. 8 and 9 both are consecutive number. Now out of these two consecutive numbers we need to write small number here. Okay, because here 6 7s are, so 6 is small number. Here 3 4s are, 3 is small number, and answer is 1225. So same thing here. This is the answer of small number. That means here we need to write 8. So the square root of 7225, it is 85. Okay, very easy. Again I repeat these things. At last we have 25. So directly we need to put 5. Now remaining two numbers, we need to find two consecutive factor. Here 8 9s are 72. Out of this two numbers, we need to take small number. Very easy, right? So our answer is 85. We need to rub this. Okay, so under root d is equals to 85. Now we can use the quadratic formula. Right? X is equals to minus b plus or minus under root d divided by 2a. Right? Minus b plus or minus under root d divided by 2a. Put the value of a, b and under root d. So here minus b. Okay, so first of all minus sign as per the formula. Value of b is 5. Okay, so here minus 5. Here b is itself positive, so we do not need to put bracket here. Directly it is minus sign and b is 5. Okay, then plus or minus under root d, it is 85 divided by 2a. 2 multiply a is 1. Okay, so minus 5 plus or minus 85 divided by 2 ones are 2. Okay. Now we can find our two answer. Minus 5 plus 85 divided by 2. Otherwise, minus 5 minus 85 divided by 2. One time we need to consider plus sign, one time we need to consider negative sign. Okay. Now x is equal to 85 minus 5. Plus minus minus 85 minus 5. 80. Big number sign, it is positive. Divided by 2. Okay. Plus minus minus 85 minus 5. 80. Divided by 2. Big number sign, it is positive. So x is equal to 80 by 2. 40. Okay, so x is equal to 40. Now here x is equal to minus minus plus minus minus plus, so we need to add these two number. 85 plus 5, 90 divided by 2. Okay, and we need to put big number sign. Big number 85 or negative sign, so minus 90 by 2. Okay, minus minus plus 85 plus 5, 90. Big number sign, it is negative, divided by 2. Okay, so x is equal to minus 45. Okay, 90 by 2, it is 45, and sign as it is minus 45. But initially what we assume, x is the speed of train, right? X is the speed of train, so it cannot be a negative number, right? So this answer is not possible. Okay, so that we need to write here. Speed of train can not be negative. So x is equal to minus 45 is not possible. Okay, so what is our final answer? X is equal to 40, right? X is equal to 40. This is our final answer. So at last we need to write this. Speed of train is equal to 40 km per hour. Okay. Initially what we assume, speed of train is equal to x. Okay, so speed of train is equal to 40 km per hour. In the equation what is written? Find the speed of train. So speed of train is equal to 40 km per hour. Okay. So initially what we need to do? Assume speed of train x, distance is fixed. Okay, difference in time is given. So time required with the original speed minus time required with the new speed is equal to 1. Okay, then use the formula of time, take the LCM, you will get this quadratic equation, and you need to solve this equation. At last you will get the two answers. Out of that, this negative answer is not possible, so this is your final answer, and you need to write the answer with the unit 40 km per hour. Okay.